Why are men throwing in the towel with women? Why? I don't want to hear about feminism. Okay? I don't want to hear about social media. I don't want to hear about nothing that you niggas have been listening to all this time. Okay? Why are men throwing in the towel? Watch this.
Things that turn men off. 1. You are too argumentative. Instant turn off. 2. You have no ambition. Instant turn off.
Very important. You're too argumentative. You have no ambition. Yeah, that's a big turn off. Especially if you're a man with ambition, you got grind. You understand that you are indeed the prize. Even if the world doesn't see it, you know it because you're working towards it. If a woman doesn't have ambition and all she has is a fat ass, you have a lot of growing up to do, bro. A lot of growing up. Again, I like a fat ass, titties. I like a beautiful woman like the next nigga. But if she's dumb as a doornail, she can't do anything or help me. She has no vision. I have no use for her, bro.
3. You must be the center of attention. Instant turn off. 4. You are too clingy and not giving him his me time. Instant turn off. 5. You are very disrespectful. Instant turn off.
Yeah. Instant turn off. You want to be the center of attention. How did you meet her, AV? Yeah, she was on social media and shit. She caught my eye. That's part of the woman's DNA. The attention, right? Their attention is their currency, so they want to be the center of attention. But you got to curb that shit when you're around me. You understand? You got to curb that shit around me because if you're with me, you know how I feel about it and you represent me. A woman that you choose is going to be an extension to you. So a lot of times men are starting to see that women aren't worth it. What's that saying? Women are not, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Don't put any extra work in a bitch that's not willing to curb her natural proclivities. Okay?
Things I'm attentive to in the talking stage. If she's doing these 3 things, bro, she's cut off. She's either crazy or she's gonna be a problem. But let's get it. 1, her love bombing you early on, right? Texting you 24/7. Wants to see you 24/7. Super clingy. A lot of compliments within the first 2 to 4 weeks of y'all dating, right? Well, talking, right? And a lot of y'all probably gonna think, oh, I got me a real one. She's not playing no games. Pump your brakes. There's a 90% chance that she's a form of thought or a 10% chance that she's a real one. Most likely, you're giving her consistency, right? You're seeing her, y'all probably went on a date. And she's not used to this shit. She used to guys just, yeah, skedaddling. So she's like, oh shit, a guy's giving me real attention. I gotta keep him on my side, so I'm gonna show him a lot of love and affection. Fellas, I'm warning you now. Run. It's a female's nature to move slower than guys. So she's moving faster than you. Good luck. 2.
What y'all think about that? What do you think about that? Love bombing. I think it depends on the person. You know what I'm saying? If you're a masculine man, you are a quote unquote alpha. Masculine men and alpha men, quote unquote alpha men, don't like alpha females. Now that's somewhat of an oxymoron, right? Alpha females don't really exist. But real men don't want aggressive women, bro, even in the bedroom. Even if the woman has gave birth to a big ass head child and you got a decent sized cock, a man wants to feel like he's doing something. If you got a woman that's taking your clothes off and shit and getting aggressive towards you, I don't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I like an assertive woman when it's time to be assertive. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, love bombing is something that I'm accustomed to because for me, when a woman shows me that she's into me, I need her to be consistent. Most women want you guys to be consistent, right? What do I always say on this show? Are you still the man that she was attracted to? A lot of us tend to get comfortable. We forget who we are because we lose our passions, we lose our hobbies, trying to make somebody happy. And in turn, when you're trying to make someone happy, you're trying to fit in the mold that the woman says, you're trying to fit in the mold of everyone that's all the social media and podcasts that you're listening to as far as a woman's POV, you start to become something that a woman ultimately hates.
2, passive, smart remark jokes that have truth behind it, right? Let's say she called you, right? And you couldn't answer, but you called back 2-3 hours later. And she's like, oh, you was on the phone with one of your little hoes? Or you was hanging out with one of your little bitches? Bro, this is an insecure girl who's gonna drive you crazy, bro. Do not take her seriously. I'm fucking...
Yeah. Don't let nothing slide, fellas. Don't let shit slide. All that sarcastic shit, don't let that shit slide. I told you niggas the story. Dating a bitch and shit, she used to say, oh, duh, dodo. I let that shit slide a couple of times. I let it slide. This was early on. Then I was like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. Another bitch. Mi gordo, mi gordo. How many people know what a gordo is? Yeah, AV, but AV, you do like them snacks, though. That's a fact. But that's my call. Don't be calling me no gordo. You got to check it, right? Even if it's minute, you got to check. Yo, you know what, baby, I ain't really like that. Now, you ain't got to bark at her. You ain't got to bark at her. You give her 3 shots, you know what I'm saying? But you're very stern. You look at her in the eye. You tell her, yo, I ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? Your teeth, you were laughing too much at that nigga's jokes. It wasn't that funny. I told you niggas. It's important not to be jealous, but it is important to be territorial. And a lot of times, if you are a quote-unquote man and an alpha, you know yourself and you know that you're the prize, your energy is going to scream territory. And the woman's going to act accordingly.
I warn you now. 3, believe her the first time. Let's say you guys are on the talking stage, right? One day y'all chilling, you get her mad, she curses you out or hits you or gets crazy. That is a crazy chick. She's probably going to apologize like, oh my God, I'm sorry, this ain't me. Motherfucker, that is her. Let's say she's following all her exes, posting thotty pictures, bro. That is a thought. Believe her the first time. Fellas, you got to be able to bypass her looks and see her from a non-surface.
Exactly. Make sure you guys donate to the war. Cash App, Alpha Villains, or send in a super chat. I'm going to check you guys' comments right now. We talking about why men are throwing in the towel. I would love to hear your feedback on it. Like this video and share this video, man. We trying to get this shit popping already. It's Friday night. I know you guys got plans and shit, so we're going to do about another, 30 minutes, and then we're going to be up out of here. We're talking about why men are throwing in the towel with women. What do you guys think? Seriously, what do you guys think? Why do you feel like it's not worth it? I don't deal with attitudes, bro, okay? I don't deal with attitudes. I'm actually working on my temper, believe it or not. I told you niggas this 4 years ago. You've been riding with me 4 years ago. Pay attention to the consistency of my stories and the little cryptic things that I say, okay? Very important. I'm not the smiley nigga. You know what I'm saying? First got on the mic smiling and shit. Now, I'm not an asshole, but I can be, right? The asshole that you don't know is worse than the asshole that you do. I don't tolerate disrespect, okay? Watch your tone. Watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? I carry with myself with respect. I respect everyone who carries themselves accordingly. Now, if you're in my circle, there's certain things that you're going to have to do. And in turn, I'll do them back. But you're not supposed to be tolerating no shit, especially from a woman. Okay? Now, I'm not here to say that a woman is inferior to a man. However, at the end of the day, you have to see yourself as the prize. You have to see yourself as the leader. You have to see yourself as the quote-unquote alpha. If you don't see it, how do you expect the woman to see it?
What I'd like to know, in this dating world for people like over 50, like, have men just kind of given up with the trying to date and the...
Yup. Niggas are giving up, bro. I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. I get it, bro. Don't get it fucked up. I get it. Okay? Niggas that are yelling at you, talking all that shit, to each his own, B. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. Imagine getting yelled at because you want to figure out a woman. This shit is wild, B. That shit is wild to me.
The courting and all that.
The short and sweet answer to your question is yes. Yes, they have. They've given up. They're done. They're walking away.
Is it so bad out there, like, that you guys have just given up?
No, bad doesn't even begin to cover it. Toxic, we could start with that.
Because, like, everybody I talk to says they go out on a date, and if the guy's buying dinner, then by the end of the night, he's saying, well, like, if I buy dinner, then I expect to have sex.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. We're all adults here. We're all adults here, okay? So now if you get to the point where you're taking a woman out on a date, I don't have a problem paying for dates. A lot of game niggas gonna say don't pay for dates. Fine. I'm old school. Call it chivalry. Call it whatever you want. It ain't tricking because I got to eat too, okay? That's number one. Number two, if I'm paying for dinner, that means that I'm pretty much want to enjoy your company because I can enjoy a meal by my goddamn self. So for me, if I'm paying for dinner, we're going out, we're going to go hang out. I know that the vibe is there. I know that you're into me. Now, I told you guys a story. This happened to me a couple of times, but the last incident, a bitch that I knew was into me. I knew it. You know what I'm saying? I have discernment. I knew it. She was acting brand new. She didn't want, you know what I mean? She acted like, you know what I mean? She was a good girl. That bitch was a freak, bro. After I got her, the second time. And she told me, she said, well, AV, you know, I didn't want to do it because, you know, I saw a lot of potential in you, AV. I didn't want to make you think that I was a whore, AV. They're all whores. But at the end of the day, when you get older, you know, it's easy for you guys to say, oh, I don't want to deal with somebody who's got kids. I don't want to be with a single mom. I don't want a high body count. But eventually, as time goes on, in theory, your body counts are going to go up. With time goes on, you might have a kid to slip up. So we got to grow up already. You know what I'm saying? So today we're talking about the debates as to why men and women think that dating sucks today. What are your thoughts?
There it is. Everybody you talk to, my gut feeling is, and I think it's obvious, everybody means women, not men, women. And you're making assumptions based on what women are telling other women men are thinking, instead of listening to men.
First of all, as if, motherfuckers, like that ain't happening.
And there's that toxicity I mentioned earlier. As if. Your assumption is that that's what all men are thinking and wanting. That's not the reality, but that's what you're working from. That's the premise. So why would any man, a good man, ever put himself in that position when the first response you're going to have is as if? Are there cads out there, guys, who would do that? Sure there are, but they are few and far between. But that doesn't matter. What matters is you're going to apply that label to every single man. And then, of course, there's the other side of it. There's women who try and sleep with men on the first date, but we don't talk about them. We label all men, but if you mention even one woman, it's but, it's not us. It's not fair to label all of us like that. It's a huge double standard. And speaking of double standards.
Okay, now if you put on your profile, I am not interested in a relationship, and if I buy you dinner, I would like to have sex at the end of the evening. Hey, good on you.
Seriously, you actually think guys would do that? Some guys might. Not the guys you want, or is it? Because the guys that would do that, they're the ones with the six-figure incomes, the six-pack abs, the 6-inch you-know-what. And they do that because they can, because they know women will respond to that. The average decent guy, the ones you claim you want, the ones you reject out of hand because they don't fit the sixes, they're not going to post something like that because that's not their expectation.
Oh, I love puppies and picnics in the park, and then you take somebody to dinner and you pull that shit. Well, you know what? You're just a dumbass.
And there's the final clue for you. You assume that all guys are like that, so therefore all men are dumbasses. Why would any man want to date someone who thinks that way? That would be pure insanity on his part. It's why men are walking away. They're done, not just over 50, but at any age.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man, that men are giving up. They're throwing in the towel. You know, he was talking a lot of facts, but at the end of the day, who fucking cares what a woman thinks? Who cares what a man thinks? Nobody's supposed to care, B. Now, again, I try to keep it as real as possible. You're supposed to, like, you know, when you coming up, you finding yourself, oh, man, let me not collab with this guy. Let me not say this. Meanwhile, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about you, okay? Unless you're super chatting, unless you got a fucking imaginary wrench, nobody cares about you, bro. So I want you guys to understand something, and this is very important. It's not about giving up or throwing in the towel. Because when we talk about throwing in the towel, we talk about preventing yourself from enjoying what life has to offer as a man. Women, money, freedom, creativity. Don't deprive yourself because it's not working. Just focus on something else in the meantime. Focus on something else in the meantime, bro. Do me a favor. Make sure you guys like this video, share this video. We got another half hour and shit. Make sure y'all donate to the war, man. Cash App, Alpha Villains will send in a super chat. Wade Emery, salute, my bro. Alfie fucking Kingdom. The big homie. Make sure y'all subscribe to Alfie Kingdom. Thank you for the donation, my bro. Thank you for the donation. Certain dudes will use religion to say they are celibate, but they really can't get boxed if they wanted to. You're absolutely right, Dennis the Great. You're absolutely right. That's what I'm talking about. Again, you know, I want you guys to really, seriously, this is my channel, right? You know what I'm saying? This is my message. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I want you to do what you want to do. Now, the sooner you do something, you'll realize whether it's for you or not. We don't lose over here. We learn, okay? We do not lose. Men don't lose. They learn. The only time you lose is if you feel sorry for yourself for an outcome not being favorable for you. You get into a fight and you lose the fight. What happened? Am I supposed to go jogging? Did I gas out too quick? Did I punch with my eyes closed? If you came too quick, did you get too excited? Did you invest in something and it didn't come up? You didn't do enough research. You got to learn. You got to figure out things for yourselves. Nobody's going to save you. We all have to stick together and share ideas and resources and talk about conversations objectively like adults, bro. Okay? I'm not an emotional man. You know what I'm saying? I do have a temper, but I'm working on it behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to let a woman or a man for that matter ruffle my feathers because nobody's on my mission. I'm on my own mission. And if you're fortunate enough to have somebody in your corner to at least be open-minded for the things that you want to do and allows you to grow, that's a good thing. Okay? Make sure you guys like this video. Donate to the War Cash App Alpha Villains. Let's talk about
There's some mothers in here, bro. Please stop. Please let your child see their father, especially if they a good father. Let your child see their father. If y'all just don't know, that ruins us inside. Like, it ruins us bad. Like, our relationship, like, we have to grow up with this. And this gonna forever be a story of our lives growing up without our father. Like, if you got a child right now and you're literally keeping them away from their father, you ruin the kid's life. It's not gonna come back good on you. They gonna always have this hatred towards you. You feel me? For you keeping them, but if you like keeping them away from a father for a good reason, like he a drug addict or something like that, or he just can't get right, then yeah, I understand. But if he's a good father, let the man see his child for sure. Like, for real, like, let him see his child, because I'm telling you, we need our father figures. You feel me? We need our father figures. We love our mom. We love y'all to death. We love our mom so much, but we need our father figures. We need that, that manly in our life. You feel what I'm saying? So please let your child see their father, especially if they're a great father. And if you are anything like me, and you're grown now and you have the chance to go find your father, and he actually like a good person, I advise y'all to go find y'all father and go talk to your father and catch up on times. Cause look, this life is short, bro. I understand that this life is short and you only get one father. You feel me? So I feel like I gained enough confidence to go actually speak to my dad and have a conversation with him and see like what he's been going through all these years without seeing me.